Alright, so the other day I went in this hive to do an inspection, and I had no eggs, no brood, no larvae. There was no sign of a queen. I couldn't find a queen, and they had swarmed 2 weeks prior. It was slightly concerning. I looked for the queen cell, which had actually been torn down. It looks like they've taken it all down. Yeah, this cluster is small in here. Right, this isn't looking good. I've got no signs of a queen. I can't find a queen. They've got no brood, no eggs of the last queen that was in here left. So I don't know whether I'm going to have to try and get some brood from another hive or go and get a queen. But they're storing honey in the brood. I did a quick video to basically shout out, can anyone help? Because any honey that was in here seemed to be in the brood box. They just filled the brood box with honey. It was absolutely chocker. No signs of any honey, brood, nothing. And the population started to drop. So I was a bit concerned. Thank you to the people who commented on the Facebook group and got some great advice. So I then went in the other two hives that I've got to see whether it was worth taking any brood from them for them to make queen cells. I didn't feel that the other two hives were strong enough to take any brood out at all. There were some eggs in one of them, but I just didn't feel confident in doing it. I want that hive to build up as well, ready for winter, so I didn't feel as though it was the right thing to do. But that's my opinion. But someone had offered me a queen. One of the neighbours had bought 2 queens, and when he came back with his 2 queens, one of his hives had sorted themselves out with the queen, so he had a queen spare. So I take this queen and see if they attack her, see if they fan for her. They're curious. So these bees are curious. They're trying to see what she is. Quite a few of them rushed over. A lot of buzzing of activity. They're not fanning. See if I can brush them off with my finger. Yeah, they're brushing off quite easily. So they're not aggressive towards her. I think she's been accepted. So, if she's been accepted, then I think I might release her and just see what happens. Worst case scenario is they've got a queen and the 2 queens will fight. Two queens fight, then they fight, and then that will be it. One queen will win. If they haven't got a queen, she will take over and start laying, hopefully immediately, and then they'll shift all this honey that they've stored in this brood box up. Apparently there's a little tab on the end. Yeah. Just rake it out. Like so. So where they've started to build comb, I'll just squash that into the comb so it sticks. It's held in place now. So now, I'll show you. This is cage, queen cage here, and they should eat at this fondant here, and she should be released hopefully by tomorrow. I can't come and check her tomorrow, but I'll check her on Thursday and see if we have she's out of the cage. I might check it this afternoon, see if they've at least started. We'll leave them for a few hours, see if they start working on that fondant, and if the queen hatches, whether they accept her or not. Alright, so it's now later in the day. I put that queen in there about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. It is now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, evening. It's quite nice and warm and mild. Okay, so they're working away at the fondant. They are eating away at it. Concerned there doesn't seem to be any activity in that queen cage. You know what? There's no aggression towards this queen. It's very friendly behaviour. She's very slow. I think she just needs to be released. She has sat in this queen cage for a few days. So I think I'm just going to break the queen cage open and get her out of there. So, do. Let's flip this over. Right. Right. I've released the queen into the hive. They're actually attending to her. So that's a good sign. There's no aggression. They're actually checking to make sure she's fine. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's a good sign they've accepted the queen. And I've took her out of the cage because I was a bit concerned because she'd sat in the cage for a few days. So now hopefully I'm going to check back in 2 weeks. Hopefully I can find that queen again, and hopefully there will be eggs, larvae and brood. So I'll give her 2 weeks to settle. Hopefully they'll take all the honey from the brood box up into the super. We'll see what happens. Hopefully now that they've got a viable queen in there, and it's a marked queen, it's a mated queen. I'm not sure what she is. That's it.